Hi there, Mr. Sutton with the IM23 Honors 312 homework answers on other angle relationships in circles. For number 1, we're trying to find the measure of arc AB right here. So they gave us this angle A, this 65 degrees. Since we have a tangent and a chord intersecting, this is essentially an inscribed angle. So that means this arc is going to be twice 65, or 130 degrees. For number 2, we're trying to find the measure of arc DEF, this big arc here. We've got a tangent and a chord intersecting, giving us this inscribed angle of 117 degrees. So DEF is going to be twice that, which means we're going to have, 234 degrees. For number 3, we've got this angle formed by the intersection of a tangent and a chord. That means this is an inscribed angle and will be half of its intercepted arc, this 260 degrees. So half of 260 gives us an angle of 130 degrees. For number 4, we're trying to find the measures of angles 1 and 2. 2 will be the easiest one. This is an inscribed angle, so this will be half of this 128 arc that it intercepts. Half of that's going to be 64 degrees. And then finding angle 1 from there, since these are on the same line, they're going to be supplementary. So we know that angle 1 then is going to be 180 minus 64, which gives us an angle of 116 degrees. For number 5, we're trying to find the measures of arcs 1 and 2. 1 will be a little bit easier to find. We have this inscribed angle of 117 degrees. So 1 is going to be twice that, which means it's going to be 234 degrees. Arc 2 is just going to be 360 minus this other arc, so 360 minus 234, which comes out to 126 degrees. For number 6, we have these two chords intersecting each other, which means this X angle is going to be half the sum of these intersected arcs. So 1 half of 85 plus 145, 85 plus 145, that's going to be 230. So half of 230, that's going to be 115 degrees. For number 7, we're trying to find the measure of X over here. Now the key to this one, if we knew this particular angle or this angle, either of these two angles in here would be half the sum of these intersected arcs X and 45. So before we can go any further, let's find this angle in here. That's going to be 180 minus 122.5, which is going to be 57.5, I believe. Yep. So then 57.5 is going to be 1 half of X plus 45. Easiest way to solve this is multiply everything by 2. So we're just going to double this 57.5 then. That's going to come out to, 115. And then subtracting the 45, that's going to give us 70. To figure out the value of X here, I'd love to set up an equation that involves this angle and these two intersected arcs. We know that this angle is going to be half of 30 plus 2x minus 30. But let me express this angle first. If this angle over here is x, this angle right next to it is going to have to be 180 minus x. So then I can set up the equation 180 minus x equals 1 half of 30 plus 2x minus 30. All right, let's simplify things a bit. On the right side, we've got 30 and negative 30. Those are going to cancel. So I've just got 1 half of this 2x, which is just x. Adding this x to the other side now, we've got 2x equals 180. So then x must be 90. For number 9, we're trying to find the measures of these arcs and angles. Let's find arc 1. So we know that 47 is going to equal the sum of arc 1 and 41 degrees, or at least half of that sum. So let's set up that equation. And then let's multiply by 2 to get rid of that 1 half. So that's going to be 94 equals measure of arc 1 plus 41. Subtracting the 41, we end up with 53 for that angle 1 there, or arc 1. All right, now we got to find this angle 2. Now this is on the same line as 47 degrees, so we can just do 180 minus 47, which gives us, 133 degrees. For number 10, we're trying to find arcs 1 and 2. Now there's a few different ways to do this, but I'm going to go after arc 1 first. So I know that 70 is going to be half the sum of arc 1 plus 66. Let's multiply by 2 to get this parentheses gone here. So that's going to be 140 equals arc 1 plus 66. Subtracting the 66, that's going to be 74 degrees for arc 1. Now you could get the 110 degrees here and set up something similar to find arc 2. But we've already got 3 out of the 4 arcs that make up this whole circle. So why don't we just add together 66, 74, and 126 and subtract that from 360. So let's see, 66 and 74, that adds up to 140, plus the 126, that's going to be 266. Subtracting that from 360, that's going to be 94 degrees. For number 11, we're trying to find the measure of angle x. Since we have an external angle here, that means that this x is going to be 1/2 of this arc minus this other intersected arc. But what is this inner arc going to be? Well, you've already used up 247 degrees out here, so this is going to be 360 minus 247, which is 113 degrees in here. So then x is going to be 1/2 of 247 minus 113. 247 minus 113, that's 134. So half of 134 then, that's going to be 67. For number 12, we have this external angle with these 2 intersected arcs. So we can set up an equation where 29 is going to be half of 114 minus x. Let's multiply by 2 to get rid of the 1/2. That's 58 on the left side. And then let's see here. If I subtract 114, that's going to be negative 56. So then x is going to have to be positive 56. For number 13, I'm trying to find x in this diagram. I know that 34 is going to be half the difference of these 2 intersected arcs. So I can write 34 equals 1/2 of 3x minus 2 minus x plus 6. And notice I'm using parentheses so that I don't lose anything in there. Let's distribute that negative now just to be on the safe side. So that'll be negative x minus 6. Combining like terms in here, we've got 2x minus 8. And then I'm just going to take a half of that, distribute that 1/2. So we have 34 equals x minus 4. Adding 4 to the other side, x equals 38. For number 14, we're told that we have a tangent line, and we've also got this secant line here. We want to find the measure of arc CD. Now, we'd need to find x first to make that happen. So let's solve for x. We can say that this 40-degree angle equals 1/2 the difference of these 2 arcs. So half of 7x minus 3x. That's going to be half of 4x, which is just 2x. So that means that x is going to be 20. But we're not done yet. We still need to find this arc out here. So what arcs do we already know? Well, we know that we've got 3 times 20, which is 60 over here. We've got 7 times 20, which is 140 over here. So if we do 360 minus this 140, and the sum of that and this 60, we'll end up with our answer. This is really 360 minus 200, which comes out to 160. For number 15, we're trying to find these 2 numbered arcs or angles. Let's start by finding this arc 1. So arc 1, together with 134 and 170, makes up a whole circle. So if we subtract 134 plus 170 from 360, that gives us this missing arc 1. This is altogether 304 degrees that we're subtracting, so that'll be 56 degrees left over. And now angle 2, that's going to be the half of the difference of this arc and this arc that we just found. So 1/2 of 134 minus 56. Well, let's see, what is 134 minus 56? Minus 50 would bring us to 84. Minus another 6 would bring us down to 78. So we're doing half of 78, which is 39 degrees. For number 16, we're just trying to find this angle over here. This is going to be half the difference of these 2 intercepted arcs. So half of 138 minus 66. Well, that's going to be half of 72, which comes out to 36 degrees.